Hey there, and welcome to part 11 of the Draconian Transmuter. I'm Ic0n, and this will be hopefully the last episode of this playthrough. But since I'm a bit tired and need to get out of bed pretty soon tomorrow, well, either I die, which is always certainly possible, or I'm gonna skip out for Zot 5 and not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I don't know yet, but let's get into this. We're ready, we're here. Let's check our resources. I have only one scroll of teleportation left, since there was some action down in the vaults in the last episode. Complete hour of Vaults 5 clearing. It's pretty insane, actually. And I also lost a lot of my haste potions. It's also something I have to take into consideration. I have a crap ton of mutation potions in my pocket, so the mutations from the Orbs of Fire won't be too much of a problem. I have one Berserk Rage, that's pretty nice, 2 Might, a lot of heal wounds, but I sacrificed my ability to restore health partially to Rue. And yeah, let's go. I'm taking every step pretty carefully. I have only one scroll of magic mapping left, so I need to conserve those. I have 14 charges of digging left, and I don't have recharging anymore, so I certainly want to use them as soon as I need to, but I want to have some for the orb run. And there goes the first golden dragon. I want to put up some RC, because I feel like I want to be protected from every single element they can shoot at me. And there's my first death cop. This dude can slow me as soon as he's in melee. It's gonna be pretty dangerous once he's close to me and I'm still fighting this golden dragon. Putting on the regen right now, because I will get slowed at some point, I'm afraid. So I got the dragon down. That's cool. I'm slowed now, but if you're slowed against the death cup alone, it's not a problem. It's the combination of other elements, the synergy, which is sometimes pretty terrifying. Okay, I managed to evade this Zod trap barely. This would have been pretty ugly if I ran into that, maybe. I don't know. You never know what happens if you step into these. They got changed so much across the versions that I don't even know anymore what they're doing right now. I only memorized Zod traps as, well, shit happens when you step on them. The biggest shit possible in the game. That's kind of like how I summarized them for me. And yeah. Play this game for a long time, even though it wasn't too successful back then. But I certainly saw a lot of versions coming across. And as far as I know, we should be able to do this, even if we step into a Zod trap or two. I'm noticing that there are almost no enemies down here, and it's spooking me way more than hordes of enemies. Okay, but turns out this storm dragon is not too much of a problem. Overall, I feel like I'm pretty well prepared here. The only thing that will be really dangerous are swarms of enemies, but I have invisibility as a spell. It should be pretty okay. I hope so, that is. Alright, these things I'm most afraid of down here. The combination of Moth's Wrath and Draconians can be super volatile. Always get cautious when you're down in Zot and a Moth of Wrath and Draconians meet. It's pretty scary, considering I have only one teleportation scroll. That means as soon as this situation pops up, I need to react as quickly as possible. Dig a kill hole, I think. That should be the best thing. He says I should just dive. Nah, we're not gonna dive. We're not gonna dive here, my friends. Would be boring. I wanna be safe. I pretend I don't read this stuff. It's nice of Mr. Tidbits here, but I'll lose my focus if I go into chat. I feel pretty good with clearing this. Alright, but overall I think he's right. Diving would be a lot safer, but cares about safety? I do a lot, actually, but I feel like it's worth the challenge. I'm recording this, that should be good for something. And here we go, Stormcrawler is among them. So I'm gonna put up the invisibility first, because these dudes all can't see invisible. And I'm gonna get over here and dig some nice kill hole, like this, and like that. Huh. Turns out it didn't work as intended. Alright, I'm gonna silence. This should work. With silence, this should work pretty well, I hope. As long as there's no moth closing in. But if it does, I'm gonna dig over to the other side and break the line of sight, and hopefully this will work out. That's the plan so far. Alright. My invisibility didn't get dispelled by the purple. There we go. Still up. Wearing off now. Alright, I almost took no damage here. Due to the invisibility, I guess. And there's another scroll. I mean, diving would certainly be an option, but I don't feel like diving because I only have those few teleportation scrolls left. And you might be right that I would be able to overrun everything with the room, but well, I died so much out of overconfidence, and I invested so much time into this run. Some hour or two more for a safe win won't hurt. So, alright. It's a wand of clouds. Hey there. That could be actually pretty useful to some degree. And I noticed I'm gonna turn down spellcasting and putting up invocations, because I don't feel like I need to bring down spell hunger too much, because I have tons of permafood on me, and there's only so much game left. It's not too much. And yeah, with this Wand of Clouds, I feel like it could be a nice idea to bring up some more points of vocations. This could be useful. Although I'm not carrying around too many charges anymore, but maybe I'll get lucky and well, and run into a recharge. So, alright, he stopped typing. That's cool. I get so distracted by chats. It's a personal weakness of mine. Hey there. Oh, the double regen. With this, a 2.4 regen. That's a lot. It's actually a lot. But I miss out some MR. Is there any good reason to put up some MR? Oh, this is a tough decision. This is really a tough decision. Do I want to go for more MR? I actually want to, because this thing, the regen, might be nice. But if I get paralyzed or some shit like that, I'm done for. And yeah. But it's certainly a really, it feels so tough, this decision. It feels so damn tough. But I feel I do the right thing here to go for a safer play here. I mean, the regen would also be protective somehow, but I feel like the sources of damage which actually go into your magic resistance are way more dangerous. And there we are, facing our cursed toe. They're my nemesis. And I want to try how this will work out if I go into this scimitar and try slashing at this thing. I hit. I'm not afraid of the moth, because this moth can't enrage anything here in line of sight. And it turns out the silver brand weapon worked pretty well. But I always get so damn spooked around these cursed toes. So I had no space to fire in the fireball, I learned, against these dudes. I was in close corners with them, so I didn't want to go into fireball. rather relied on the holy branded weapon. I felt like this thing died pretty quick. A Draconian, they rarely come alone. That's why I'm putting up the invisibility. And there's also a Shadow Dragon, so I want to have the resist negative on. And drop the cold resistance. There we go. Alright, so Draconian is no problem at all. I hope I don't get drained too hard by this dude. And I have a Moth of Wrath in my sight. Super bad. I'm gonna power leap onto the stairs and bring this dragon upstairs, so I won't have to deal with this moth in combination to the dragon, because that would be super dangerous. I also realized there was this plan, this crazy plan. I wanted to have one more level of, what's the name, spellcasting to learn LRD. This electric golem remembered me of my plans here, because I'm having a super hard time in killing this guy. It takes ages because I don't do enough damage. That's my problem here. I felt like it was super contaminated for a moment. Weird. Alright. Let's take it slowly. Proceed. So there were a few really dangerous situations so far. Natural ability, okay. I got berserked, alright. There were a few dangerous encounters so far. Ooh. Just like that. Damn. So if this moth turns on the rage on these two dragons, I'm pretty history. So it's nothing I want to try out for sure. That's why I want to dig again. The situation is certainly dangerous enough, and I don't want to blow up all my teleportation scrolls. And with this kill hole here, I can't have the moth and the dragon in line of sight at the same time, except something like that happens. It's pretty shitty. Let's go over there. That works as well. I have two dragons in my face now, which is certainly spooky in its own right. But turns out this friggin' moth berserked the golden dragon, and I'm in real trouble now. So I could just counter berserk. I feel like I'm gonna do this. This should work actually. I should be stronger than this dragon if I'm also berserked. There we go. Now I don't want to take any half measures here. A berserked golden dragon is really something to take seriously here. Alright, I can only learn these. That's pretty nice. It's a bit late to pick up this spell like this, but look at that. I even have a +1 aptitude. That should be a breeze. I will learn this in no time. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright, there's a ghost moth around. I want to take it apart, so I'm going to put it in see invisible. And that's something I can also say you will need some source of see invisible across the game. It certainly makes your run a lot easier if you have at least one source of see invisible at your disposal. And I found another scroll of teleportation. That's something that really relieves me a bit. So I don't have art negative on, so let's change that. The tediousness of inventory micromanagement proceeds. But I need to do this if I don't want to get into more trouble than necessary. Because this dragon also takes ages to die. Everything takes too long to die for this character actually. It's because I didn't find a good double sword. And I didn't go into Axis. I guess it's only about... I didn't go into Axis, so... Sucks to be me. Alright, I took a step too much in the wrong direction, and now I'm standing in some poisonous cloud. going to turn on the invisibility here. I don't want to have these Draconians see me. That's the first thing to do. After that, I'm turning on the regen and I'm going into silence. Same procedure. That works pretty well on Draconians. As long as they're not able to see you and silenced, everything's pretty okay. My silence wears off, so I'm gonna stand around this corner, and yeah, it's the invisibility contaminating me. So I want to wait until this contamination wears off. Look, I'm already at 32% on these. I will learn this in no time, I've told you guys. Alright, I'm slightly contaminated still. And there's this moth. I really want to be out of line of sight with the moth and the Draconians, because they only can enrage what they see together with you. I feel like as long as I can't see the Draconians, it can't enrage those Draconians. I don't know if I'm wrong here, but judging from my experiences, I'm right. And here, this Annihilator. If I'm invisible and he's silenced, this dude is no problem at all. And turns out my strategy against the Draconians works out pretty well so far. But let's not get cocky here. I want to have resist negative again. I wish I had a permanent source of that without the swapping. That would have been really nice, but can't have everything. Alright. Got the Shadow Dragon down. And I will wait off the contamination. It's really not cool if I get malmutated just like that for nothing. I'm not up for that. Alright, Draconian Monk. Some leftover from the group I took down there. I'm not afraid of this dude, even if it takes too long to kill him. Alright. A Ring of Teleportation, hooray! That's Zot 2. Down to Zot 3 would go. And a lot of Wrath Moths down here. Don't like these dudes. Their synergy potential is so spooky. It's 19%, we're getting there. I will learn this in no time, told ya. Hope it's gonna be of some use against the electric golems. That would be something. And I want to take down this moth. I feel like this should be also a moth, but a ghost moth. Got it. And I want to have the arc hold. There we go. Don't know if I shouldn't keep the resist negative on. I wanna go for that actually. Feel like the resistance to cold, well, if I need it I'm gonna put it on, but so far I see way more. I don't see any cold sources apart from the golden dragons, actually. Book of Minor Magic. An electric golem. I can't cast Lease properly yet, so let's do this for the shits and giggles. I'm gonna quaff a potion of brilliance for this electric golem, because I want to try how good I can nuke him down with this spell. Cannot affect that. Sucks. Alright, turns out my strategy was wrong the whole time. Can't blast these dudes. But what I can do is use Lease like that. He was likely to hit you. Well, did some damage, but I feel like it's not worth the effort. Alright, sad thing. And what really bugs me a bit is there was no source of statue form all over this game. But somehow I also like it. There is no statue form along the game, because this shows that you can properly rely as a transmuter on some source of statue form if you're not actually worshipping Sifmuna or something like that, which provides you a lot of spellbooks along the game. Yeah, this game is a perfect example why it's not a good idea to wait too long for the statue form as a transmuter. If you run into it, it's cool, but if not, then not. Get over it. Okay, I'm gonna burst down this Quicksilver Dragon first, and there's a Ghost Moth closing in too. I'm taking a lot of damage here, too much for my tastes. I'm gonna flee upstairs, and that's why I didn't want to dive, because this character is so fragile, and I can't do shit if I run into a really stupid situation. I don't have enough teleportation scrolls left to do this safely. I really want to bring this first victory of a transmuter ever in my whole crawl history. I want to bring this home safely. Saving the Draconian transmuter. Making him a hero. That's the mission here. Alright. But I think as far as diving goes, if I would spam Apocalypse like crazy, I think nothing could do anything to me. Ooh. I don't want to fight like this. There we go. And next step, it's yellow, but should work. I want to blast down this cursed tail. Is it fire resistant or what? Oh, it's immune to fire. So a lot of bad decisions have been made from my side, as you can see. So much stuff I prepared is utter shit. I was living in a fantasy there. And I'm really getting into trouble here. I don't feel like fighting this like that is a good option. It's resistant to electricity and cold. I need to get rid of this cursed toe, but I need to get away from here. This is getting out of my hands here, so I want to dig. Fuck you, cursed toe. Fuck you. I'm in deep trouble here. I don't have any acid charges left. Is this thing also immune to electricity? No, it's only resistant. And Lightning Rod is a guaranteed hit. So, well, maybe I get lucky. This looks like it didn't do anything to this thing. It's actually stupid. I'm gonna try another shot here. And, no, it's doing absolutely nothing. Alright, if I eat another Torment, I'm certainly in deep shit. I could try to blink, but that could also fire up in my face really hard. And I forgot about my Holy Word scrolls. They saved my butt here. But turns out I'm still in trouble. Damn. Oh, why is this so scary? I don't want to die to this. Please. Alright. So these Draconians still pose a lot of threat. So can I still turn in this, please? It's only 9% left. I'm drained pretty hard. Alright. So I'm gonna get this fuck out of here. This is the power of a cursed toe. And turns out I did some ill preparations here. And you can watch Ic0n failing around here, making bad decisions overall, trying to kill cursed toes with fireballs. That's where you can see that I'm not too seasoned with Zod, but I'm trying to learn here. And we'll take that as a lesson. Cursed toes are damn hard to kill with elemental damage. Was there some iron shot across the board? Yeah, I should have learned that. Now it's pretty much too late to swap into this. Although, I'm learning earth magic. Do I have amnesia? Yeah, I do. You know what? Let's go for that. I really want to have a look at this. because I want to have at least one ranged option, one powerful thing to toss at that stuff. And yeah, this will delay my run a bit more, but well, I rather win this with a lot of stuff in my pocket to die, because I didn't try out every option I could take. So let's have a look. It's at 50%. It's pretty shitty, but I can learn this for sure. I can try. That's the least thing I can do. So let's go back to Zod. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will be able to bring up the percentage to cast this spell at some point, because that would have been an interesting option against the Cursed Toe. They're pretty good at evading stuff as far as I know, but well, with these elemental resistances, it's pretty bonkers to try to kill them with elemental damage. And this Draconian pack is not too dangerous overall. I don't need to go for silence here because they have no spellcasters that could get any dangerous spells through here. There we go. I'm cleaning up this fight pretty good. Still, I'm taking a terrible amount of damage, and if this moth would have come into this fight a bit earlier, this would have been a nightmare. Got lucky here. Good, certainly lucky here. Okay, Zod 3 keeps trying to kill me. I'm still contaminated, so I'm gonna go for silence here first to avoid the spell casting. And let's have a look. I have 9 charges of digging left. That's not too much. Stare. Scroll of recharging an orc. Oh, well. Maybe I need to go for that. I'm not too sure yet. A shifter. Okay. I'm always concerned about shifters. They're really dangerous dudes. And I want to go in this here, because if this shifter can't see me, it should be pretty okay. Oh well, he teleported me anyways. Next time I'm gonna go into silence against these dudes. So this Draconian carried around a scroll of recharging. Makes me certainly pretty happy. Relieves me a bit. Don't have room in my inventory. And I will recharge this wand of acid instead of my digging. It's a hard decision, but my pack is full again. I actually used something. Why is it full again? Ugh, all this stuff. But what I'm gonna drop here? I'm gonna drop the Ice Blast wand. Chances are I'm not gonna recharge this if I run into another recharging scroll. There's a fresh one I could take. Alright, Draconian Monk, Draconian Knight. So let's go into invisibility first and try to fight this without any further spells. Maybe I'm lucky. And this is everything here. No. Okay. This is mildly dangerous. As long as no Moth of Wrath is coming into this fight and busting up my party here, I should be pretty okay. The invisibility wore off, so I'd really like to get rid of the Annihilator here. And I don't feel too comfortable with this fight, to be quite honest. So I want to take the Annihilator down, and now I feel a lot more comfortable about this fight. So taking him to unknown terrain is pretty dangerous overall, but I had a one of digging at my disposal, and if something too dangerous would have showed up, my plan was to dig into this wall and create a nice kill hole to kill off everything. So the basic idea on this fight, the Annihilator can deal terrible amounts of damage with only one spell, while these melee dudes, they all take some time to kill me off. Got fairly resistant by now to damage. AC is pretty okay, EV is pretty okay, shield is pretty okay. So I'm not taking so many random hard hits in anymore if I don't get tormented, for example. Well, overall, I feel like spellcasters are right now the biggest threat I can run into. And here we are, Zod 4. Getting very, very close to the end of this run. And there's the first orb of fire. I'm at full fire resistance. That's at least something. I don't have too much might potions left, so I'd rather not go for this. Scimitar of Flaming is a shitty weapon against these dudes. That's a serious problem. Holy Wrath won't do me much good here. And so far, I'll just kite back and avoid fighting this out in the open. And, well, let's see how this will work. I mean, Rue provides a lot of safety because he blocks a lot of actions of the enemy. I got antennae. Huh. Positive malmutation. Negative mutation. So this is really shitty to fight I got Berserkitis. Fight an orb of fire like that. And eating tons of malmutations here. This is one fight. So much mutations. But the good thing, I almost took no damage from this fight. It's pretty cool. So I want to get rid of some of this stuff. And I only have the wand mutation anymore left over, I mean. So that's okay. Can deal with that. Let's check. Iron Shot is to 19%. I feel like there could be the possibility that I actually will get able to cast this spell, at least at Zod 5. And yeah, maybe this would be a better option against the Orbs of Fire. I don't know actually if their EV is too high, but I will make certain to try. There's a shifter. So, problem about shifters is they can summon so many guys on your head. You'll get hard overrun by these dudes, and that's why I'm going into silence and shutting down his spellcasting. And this way he can't do nothing against me from his usual bag of tricks. A combination of a Draconian Shifter and a Moth of Wrath is enough to kill pretty much every character that's foolish enough to blunder into this. And that's why I take these guys super serious. They have super high synergy potential with other enemies here in Zod. And that's why I fear them so much. I was lazy, didn't want to go into see invisible for this one dude. And yeah, Shadow Dragon. I think I'm gonna keep the there's a lot of Draconians too. I'm gonna keep the resist negative now. I'm not gonna switch into Arc Cold. Or if I have to switch into Arc Cold, I'm gonna change into resist negative after that, because I noticed that the negative energy attacks down here torture me the most. I mean, I don't know if 1 pip of resist negative is already enough to reduce the damage dealt of Torment a bit. But I do know that a full stack of resist negative will reduce my damage from Torment. Okay, more annihilators. First thing, we're going to invisibility. What happened? I flicker a moment. You fade further into the invisibility, right? I'm pretty hard contaminated here. Looks like I misplayed the invisibility here. So I don't give too much about getting malmutated anymore at this point, to be quite honest. Might be a bit rash, but you feel a little pissed off. Okay, so it turns out I get trolled pretty hard here. Don't care. I quaff another potion of mutation. Finally they come to some use. And well, turns out this stuff is pretty nice overall, but totally unnecessary. My equipment provides me with all these resistances already. For a pretty long time, actually. So I don't gain too much from these. It's sad. So what's up with Iron Shot? It's 14% now. It's cool. So let's go into silence. Let's skip the invisibility for one time. But I feel like this was a bad idea. Ah well, my silence got dispelled anyway. These annoying purple Draconians. Anti-magic breath attack is so uncool. It's one of the uncoolest things I've ever met down here in Zod. Annihilator. Okay, let's do this. First regen, and then silence. So these 3 spells are protecting me really good against the Draconians overall. It debilitates their ability to rain down hell on me a lot. Because no Draconian can see invisible. That's one thing, and silence also works charm against the more dangerous Draconians. It's going pretty well so far, and that's certainly spooking me. But well, it's not going too well. I nearly died against this curse too, so I guess that counts as hard Zod pressure here. Shouldn't be that afraid. I mean, Zod always tries to kill you. It's part of the game here. I'm gonna go invisible again. Or miscast invisibility. And I don't want to make the mistake again of going invisible when I have some contamination on me. Because I don't want to get malmutated again. In a complete unnecessary situation, at least. This was perfectly doable without invisibility. There was no reason to do this. Okay, so berserk down these moths of wrath. It's a good ending for these. And here we are, finally to Zod 5. I feel like it's okay to record further. Yeah. So I saved my last magic mapping for this occasion, and what I'm gonna do is exclude this area first, because I don't want to go into there via auto explore. And you know what, guys, this is a good situation for a kill hole. And overall, I feel like a kill hole could help me a lot, even though it's not optimal. It's open to 2 sides. It's still some corner where it's only 2 guys at once in my face max. I need to take down the Annihilator as long as the silence rims. And Iron Shot 11%, we're getting there. I will be able to cast Iron Shot before this game is over. Awesome. Pretty hard corroded by now. Yellow Draconians are a pain. overall, I feel like they weren't that dangerous a few versions ago, when I remember it like that. But maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe these Draconians always kicked ass. I don't know. But what I certainly feel is that version 020 without the Wands of Heal Wounds feels a lot different than the late game of former versions. Certainly something different. Oof. These Orc Guardians are chunking me pretty hard. Can they see invisibility? Of course. They would be lousy Orc Guardians if they couldn't see invisible. So that's enough for now. Gonna come back later. Let's eat some meat ration. At least I want to be full if I have to die. It's the last meal. Okay, another golden dragon. I'm not gonna swap into cold resistance because I feel like it doesn't make too much of a difference anymore, as long as it's only me versus the golden dragon. And I'm facing my first ancient lich here. So first things first, I want to be able to see invisible. That's the first thing. I want to check what his spellbooks could be. Summon Greater Demon, Bolt of Fire, Force Lance. A few of these spells already killed me before, so next step, even before I go into regeneration, I'm gonna skip regeneration for this fight. I want to put up the silence, because without the ability to cast spells, an ancient lich, well, look at that. He's a victim. Pure victim to brutal pummeling of my Holy Wrath scimitar here. So at least that works out. But sadly, this doesn't mean that ancient liches are harmless now. I'm gonna go Shift X and Control F to forget this whole floor once. And I want to clear this up again. Because in these lungs down there, where the Orb of Sod lies, there are a lot of permanent teleportation traps, and they will always bring stuff upstairs you don't want to have. So I feel like these should work at least like that against these guys, because Lease does unavailable damage. That's the point here. And well, let's fuck it. I'm gonna blow up myself a bit. So this doesn't work too well, actually. I mean, with some damage. It's moderately damaged now. I want to get rid of this moth ASAP. Okay, I softened up this guy a bit. It's not too bad. I mean, Lee's is certainly pretty useful because these guys blink around annoyingly much. And this way I can at least do something while they're at a distance. That's okay, I think. Alright, Iron Shot is almost castable. I have a lot of Amnesia Scrolls with me. I don't need Alistairs. It was a nice time with the transmutation magic. I don't know any transmutation spell anymore. It's a thing of the past. I'm no transmuter anymore. Didn't use darkness at all so far. Feel like without having stealth, it's also a bit wonky to have this spell. And yeah, I'm gonna drop this. I want to have the Iron Shot. Orb of Destruction would have been also pretty nice, but I don't feel like I will make it. It's a pretty interesting choice to learn Iron Shot at this point of the game anyways. But it's almost castable. It's certainly stable castable with the Potion of Brilliance. Like, super stable now. And yeah, won't take long until this spell is safe to cast. So this moth didn't see me there. And there's still a lot of stuff to kill in the second walkthrough here. There's another. Ooh. Alright, so this lich will come into my line of sight pretty soon. That's something I want to be careful about. I'm gonna wait a few turns. And this is the point where I pop the silence. And turns out he's like, okay, I give in, you win. Kill me, please. And that's the end of this ancient lich. And silence spell screws them up super hard. It's nice. It's my revenge on these dudes after they killed my last character. That's why I went for a silence character. That's the sole reason why I did this. Pray to RNG for my next run to provide me with a silence spell to have utter revenge on these dudes. There's the next one. So first off, I break the line of sight, I go into silence, and then I kick ass. That's how I deal with ancient liches. This doesn't work equally well if you're not wielding a Holy Wrath weapon, actually. Because ancient liches, well, they're somewhat resilient, actually. More than the usual standard spellcaster mob you face, that's for sure. And looks like it's the ancient lich ending for the Realm of Zod, because those were a lot of ancient liches so far. So that's why I wanna do the same thing again. I know it's a bit boring to watch, but well, I want to win. That's why I'm going through all this tedious stuff, but it improves my chances of winning this, that's for sure. I don't want to have any ancient liches in my back when I clear out those lungs or carry out the orb while some panlord is chasing me. You don't want to have this stuff happen. So that's why I'm doing this. And this is a wonderful example why my characters, which I feel a bit, I call it weaker on, or, well, it's actually more characters where I don't have that much experience on. I play them more safely because I never feel actually too safe with them, and that's why I win more often with them, actually. So speed is pretty dangerous in this game. It's like driving too fast on a road. Other people driving around. It gets risky if you're driving too fast. That's basically how crawl works. If you're going too fast, you're certainly gonna blow up. It's only different if you're worshipping McLab. Then you can go with the need for speed. Alright, jokes aside, there's an orb of fire. I need to do something. And there's also an orb guardian, but I feel like I can take down the orb guardian pretty well. I'm gonna go into a potion of might here, because I don't want to fiddle around with this any longer than I need to. The first orb of fire showed me that I have some trouble killing these off, that my damage is certainly not high enough to kill them safely, and even with this potion of might, this is taking ages. And I can't regenerate when monsters are visible. Very weak. Scrolls take longer to read. Screw this. I don't have any mutations I'm clinging to. I don't care too much about all these mutations, actually, so I can safely go into mutate and get cured of all this stuff. I only have one more potion of might left, so hope I won't run into too many more orbs of fire. But Iron Shot is online soon, 6% by now. I'm gonna get there before I pick the orb up. I'm gonna get there, promise. Alright, I feel like I cleared this level enough, so I go Shift X and Shift E. Or was Control E too? I don't know. It's either Shift E or Control E to get rid of all exclamations you made in the level. So let's go. Grand finale. Am I going to grab the orb or not? And suddenly a wild ancient lich appears. It's like the last situation, only worse, because I get sandwiched between these two guys, and I'm actually taking down the orb guardian first, because I know I can take down this Ancient Lich before the silence wears off. And I want to get around the corner, because I don't want to be prone to another Ancient Lich with this little time on my silence spell left. Because the problem with silence, the one thing you always need to take into account when you're playing with silence, you will end up with being the last guy silenced by your spell. The last few turns will only silence yourself while the area gets closer and smaller and smaller. So this means you need to plan ahead, because if I run into an Ancient Lich with not enough turns of silence left, he will eventually be not silenced anymore and be able to cast spells at me while I am not able to do shit. That's a really bad situation if that happens. So speaking of bad situations, I popped my potion of might here. I'm also going into speed potion, haste potion here, because I want to get rid of this orb of fire ASAP. While my silence is still up, I want to kill this shifter too. And talk about worst case scenarios here. So there's this cursed toe on my toes. And alright. So I'm not silenced anymore, but the situation is still super spooky. I can't teleport on this floor, because chances are I'll only end up in one of those lungs and get destroyed. So I put up the wand of digging here to ow, shit, why are you doing this? Why are you hurting me so much? I'm gonna pop the silence and flee upstairs. Ah, well, yeah, I'm gonna flee upstairs. Alright, that was a bit too much trouble here, so I ran away, flat cowardly, to fight another day. That's what we do here. Okay. Slowly clearing through this, and there's still this cursed toe hanging around. And I've got Iron Shot now online. That's cool. I want to try, just for the shits and giggles, if I can bring up enough conjurations to actually learn Orb of Destruction. That would be pretty nice. And well, so let's check. How good do I perform with this? One spell for the Draconian Monk. I missed. I hit. So okay. It's doing some damage. It's not super powerful, but it's doing some damage. I also want to remember those 3 scrolls of Holy Word I have at my disposal. And here I am. Okay. I feel like it's a bit overkill to go into Apocalypse just for a cursed toe. Seriously. But somehow I feel like I want to do. So turns out they have insane AC but not EB. And are they corrosion resistant too? No, actually not. Yeah. Covers ground very slowly. Okay. So you know what? Since this thing turns out to be super slow, and his mushrooms also block the place, I'm just gonna go back into my hidey hole and wait. So this was no situation I wanted to fight like that. I had no clear line of sight with this thing. Other people coming into this fight too. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna seal this area again, go for forgetting the floor, and go auto exploring again. I don't want to fail this so close before the goal, you know. But oh, this should be doable. So the cursed toe is maybe still in the lungs down there, but I want to make sure to check. I don't want to have this thing unexpectedly in my back. So it turns out it's not hanging around here. It's still down here somewhere. I know it's still here. Alright. Slowly. Okay, so a bunch of Draconians. I'm gonna stand a turn more there to get their attention and get screwed by an orb of fire. So that's a bit annoying. Oh, I can safely go into Apocalypse here if stuff gets too funky. But well, did I get malmutated so far? I lost a lot of strength, but that doesn't matter at all. So I'm trying to kill off this orb, but it turns out this time I'm taking a terrible amount of damage. So last fight went way better. Resist fire is still at the same value, so I'm gonna take this guy upstairs and let's finish this somehow. I don't know how yet, but let's give him some iron shot in the face. So it turns out this doesn't hit these guys at all. Not at all. And I've lost a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna mutate here. For now. I really wanted to get rid of the fact that I can't regenerate while I'm standing next to monsters. So it's gonna be a long and painful fight with this dude. So many potions of heal wounds at my disposal. And well, they're not working too good, but they're working. So I should be able to kill off this guy. I'm actually still wielding my holy branded weapon because this thing is completely fire immune. It doesn't give a shit about my firebrand here. Oh boys, this is a painful fight. This thing just doesn't want to die. This is so annoying. I really need to teleport now on this, because he doesn't stop fireballing me. I need to drink one potion after the other. This is actually insane. I'm gonna try to potion of magic and die. You know, just die, you freaking piece of garbage. Okay, I went invis because shit didn't stop to be spooky here. I'm out of here. Leave me alone. I'm horribly deformed. I evolve. Let's get rid of this stuff. So, I still got this thing going on that I can't regenerate health while monsters are visible, and I really need to get rid of that. That's I said I need to get rid of that. So game doesn't give a shit about that. Let's try another. Finally it's gone. That's actually a really good set. I get a bite attack. That's cool. That should be really noticeable at this point. So I'm like, oh, I don't know how strong this bite is. It's it level 1 or level 2? Very sharp teeth. Huh. Actually, I don't know. Alright. Back to the party. Down at Zod 5. This is a nightmare. So if I'm gonna survive this run will be a living memorial to the statement that you can win the game even with suboptimal weaponry and everything, and a lousy player too. I'm really not I'm not too happy how this guy turned out to be. I felt like I did a lot of bad decisions, mainly considering Zod, and I feel like I should play with a Passage of Galubria more. This Stormcaller should be doable. But I don't want to say that I'm thinking that I'm playing badly. I just see so much room for optimization. That's the point. There's so much room for optimizing stuff in this game. It's pretty insane how deep you can go. And I don't want to say that you need to be playing super careful and super slow and everything to win the game. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I think it's important to find the proper balance between speed, and that's equal to fun, and brain power along your playthrough. If I only rely on my reflexes, I'm certainly gonna die at some point if I'm not playing some crazy McLap dude who can easily live through some crazy shit. Or Berserkers are also pretty good for reflex-based gaming, in my opinion. Whoa, that's a bunch of people. So for this fight, I actually screw up hard. I forgot I can't apocalypse while I'm silenced. Damn. Well, it turns out I don't need to apocalypse anymore. I wanted to do some boss move here and just nuke them away because I'm getting tired and lazy killing off so many Draconians down here. It's not cool to kill all my brothers and sisters here. I'll just take the orb and go away, promise. You can be bros here. You don't need to be like that. We're basically the same species, guys. Don't get your aggression. Coming to save the world. What are you jerks doing? Alright. Bunch of shifters here. And I noticed that I won't be able to get rid of the shifters while my silence is still running, and that's why I am running towards my hidey hole, or maybe just the upstairs. I'm gonna take the upstairs. These monks are pretty resilient because they have some good amount of HP and a reasonable evasion rating. They do solid damage overall. Draconian monks are one of the best melee combatants the Draconians have to offer, in my opinion. Alright, so back here. This army of Draconians just doesn't want to stop. This character feels so lackluster in terms of damage dealing. I mean, I survive pretty decently actually. It's all pretty cool. But overall, I feel like this character is also progressing super slow. Super slow. And there's another shifter, so that's the perfect scenario for taking down a shifter. Get into his face, put on the silence, and smack him. So there happened exactly what I didn't want to happen. Oh damn, it's gonna be rough. There's no use in my potions of haste if I'm dead. And this situation has the potential to kill me, because I'm cornered with 2 Orb Guardians that are able to deal fuck tons of damage. I'm also still silenced. I need to get rid of this silence ASAP. And yeah, shifters. I hate those guys. I swear, if this guy is gonna show up in this fight, in this situation, if this shifter shows up in my line of sight, I'm gonna show him the true power of Root. But it turns out he was smart, and this haste potion certainly made everything a lot easier here to survive. Okay, spooky stuff going on here. If I would have ran into statue form, my whole plan here would have gone a lot better, because my AC would be way higher, and I also would do enough damage actually with the statue form and this scimitar. It would be sufficient, because statue form, even if you wield a weapon with it and not going for unarmed combat, you're still getting a 50% bonus on your melee attacks. At least Beam says that is like that. So shut the hell up, dude. Get here, get smacked, and damn, you were so annoying. You were one of the most annoying Draconian shifters I met down here. That's it, dude. Alright. So it took me ages to kill off the entrance of this low. And well, so in 2 hours you can see how I can pick up this orb. Then I'm gonna start the orb run. You can meet me in 4 hours, like, you can fast forward it, no problem. I have understanding for that. No, just kidding. This run really takes longer than many runs. This character feels way more like a super fragile thing, even though I've got the Grey Draconian color, which provides a lot of AC. I still feel so super fragile from time to time, but well, I actually misplayed it hard that I was hoping so hard for the statue form. That was really not smart of me. I should have adapted into conjurations, actually, in my opinion, way earlier, to bring up Orb of Destruction. That would have made the fights with these Orbs of Fire so much easier. Is this getting dangerous, or is it good? Well, it looks like it's good. I always get a bit concerned when 3 of these guys are standing around me. It can be super easy. From time to time they just start ripping you apart and killing you off like the Orb Guardians they are. Berserked with a Moth of Wrath, these things get away from them. They're super deadly. Some of the most deadly things that can get berserked in the whole game. If not the most dangerous thing, I don't know. But I think that's a bit over exaggerating. But still, it's worth a teleport if a single Orb Guardian gets berserked right next to you. If you're not running like 60 AC or some shit like that. It's really worth considering a teleport. And cautious measures. Alright. More Draconians. Oh, getting so tired of you dudes. It's always the same with you. Hope they'll not have so many shifters this time. I really can get rid of anything of these guys pretty decently, but these shifters, they're really spooky. Because their effect feels so damn random. Suddenly a super stable and nice situation turns into a nightmare. That's basically what shifters do. If they catch you flat-footed, you can really get blown apart by these guys. Happened to me, happened to everybody, I guess. Every death a lesson. Alright. So, the last 25% of this, oh, thank you, of this area are here. And I feel like I just want to walk in your faces and smack you down and get finished with that, but no. I kite them around the corner. I don't know if there's still some... I mean, what happened to this cursed toe? I mean, I didn't kill it. It's certainly still around here somewhere. And, ow. Getting slowed and fighting stuff like that is real crap. Alright, this moth, I'm gonna take it around the corner. Kill it there. So it says I'm done exploring, but I'm super scared shitless of this cursed toe. My imagination is standing there on the upstairs I've chosen, while a panlord is running after me, and some angels on the other side, and there's then this cursed toe. Here, the boss enemy, the true boss enemy. It comes in my sight and just torments the shit out of me as soon as it sees me. This thing. I'll flee upstairs. I don't want to fight a start like that. It would be absolute crap. So, here we are. This is cool. If I'm lucky, this thing will just get into my face. Well, I'm gonna take a few careful swings, because I feel like this holy brand should mess this cursed toe up really hard. Well, I'm kind of winning. Torment always looks super spooky, but it's always the half of your current HP. So it actually takes a few turns to kill you with that. Alright. Now I feel a bit relieved. I want to check out if this wasn't only the evil twin of the real boss, and he's still hiding there somewhere. So, I call it, guys. I call it. Here's the real boss enemy. So I'm gonna stand around this corner. Can I net these dudes actually? Yep. Turns out net works a charm. And I'm gonna do this just again with my 0 throwing skills. So actually nets seem to be super effective against everything that's kind of like a spellcaster. Throw a net at it and it's basically done for. Nets are really crazy items. Alright, so time for the finale. So I have only one more scroll of teleportation left, so I'm gonna try one of these permanent traps. If I get lucky, I get at least closer to it upstairs. So let's get this shit out of here. So the next upstairs is a good spot. A nice fiend. Damn. Alright. Didn't torment me. That's pretty cool. Hope this was the only fiend we have to see. No, actually it tormented me while I was on my way up. Damn. Alright. So let's check. The green death doesn't scare me too much. The Hell Sentinel, ugh. Well, there's a lot of AC in this dude. Alright, thanks Rue. You're a real buddy. Thanks for taking out this threat for me. Alright, so I need some luck to get out of here safely, easily, and it's not fast. So there goes the first Panlord. Looking pretty sparkly crazy. I'm power leaping and he gestures and summons a demon. Alright. I don't want to pop one of the last potions of haste into this if I don't necessarily need to. But this certainly hurts a fuck ton. Alright, I can't jump again. Exhaustion wore off. Bam. And this way I'm getting not against him. Alright, it's not much space left. But he's hasted now. That's shit. How many haste potions do I have? 2 of them only. But I don't wanna run this distance with a pan lord on my ass, hasted and ready to shred me up. I don't know. I don't feel like I want to risk it here when I have still one more potion at my disposal. Don't want to know what this guy was really capable of if he got close to me. I was totally afraid of a spontaneous paralyzation kicking in from this pan lord. It turns out that didn't happen. Lucky me. Alright, where I need to go? Down there. It's quite a distance. So I hope I'm gonna do this without a pan lord this time. Oh look, a crimson imp. That's the smaller cousin of a pan lord. Much smaller cousin, luckily. Alright. So D15. Oh, I'm gonna blow up a wand of digging here. This is a good spot to dig. There we go. Nice shortcut. Alright. I don't want to go for the hatch here. If this place sucks, I'm stuck there. If this place sucks really hard, like I'm surrounded by 2 fiends and a pan lord, I'm dead there. Not only stuck there, I'm actually dead. So, nah. Don't feel like it. Don't actually feel like it. Alright, so this upstairs is a bit scary, and speaking of scary, he's very fast. Fuck. So, this is bad. I don't see me able of outrunning this guy effectively enough. So I pop a scroll of teleportation, my last one. But he's very fast, so blowing up my last potion of haste didn't feel like the optimal choice here. And I'm already at D9. This is one scary orb run. And there are so many pan lords. Third one. Oh well, no. I at least want to try if I can go over here more safely. Safely enough, that is. Hey there, lich. Get fucked. Eat some silence and some holy steel. That works out for me. Alright. Hellhawks. Hell yeah. There's a hell beast, and this is the moment where this +9 holy scimitar truly shines. That's why I wanted to have this weapon. That's why always... Ugh, what's this shit? Okay, this doesn't sound too dangerous in numbers, actually. It wasn't too dangerous. This is one of them just disgusting enemies. Golem made out of toenails. Seriously, devs? What did you smoke that night? Alright. An executioner. This should be pretty doable. Some damage. Not too much. These guys are also pretty doable. Well, fuck. So, good thing I can leave the Seraph behind me. And actually this other angel was like, nah. He's even hated by his own dudes. Let him go. This poor guy can have the orb. He has no love anymore. He's done for anyways. So we're getting closer there. We're getting closer. And there's a smoke devil. Oh well. these are the last enemies to kill before we can safely save the world and deliver the orb. This Hellwing is part of the dramatic of this win, so he's charging at me while I'm very close to escape. This is some boss fight, Hellwing. But I'm not gonna fight him, I'm gonna escape. And this is actually my first win with a Transmuter. Wow. Transmuter without any transmutations. Funny guy, huh? Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking with me for another crazy win I pulled off. I actually feel really happy that I'm finally safe at an end with this character. I have some ideas for the next playthrough. Some funny stuff. Something different this time. I actually know only one thing about the next run I can tease so far. That will be that I'm not playing some valid combo that's actually really good. I'm not gonna play any Centaur Hunter, Spriggan Enchanter, or Vampire Enchanter, or anything that's actually a very good combo. It's not gonna be something like that. Anyways, this was a very fun run. The combination of invisibility and silence worked really good for me. The rest of the spells I feel like I didn't use them well enough. I could have done a lot more with this stuff. But yeah, turns out we won the game. Fine. Thanks for your time, guys. Leave some comment or some feedback or some wishes if you want to see any combos played. Would be also something I'd like to see. Have a good time until we see you the next time, guys, and bye bye.